Hello there guys, this is Al again, and I've bought a new vehicle. It's kind of an interesting one. Another salvage purchase that just happened to show up, and being the not so logical thinker that I am, I felt like that I really needed it, but I think that I can justify this purchase. To myself at least. I don't really have to justify it to anyone else. So I don't know what to say. Let me just show you, a little bit about this car. So I'm going to walk around and you can see that. And whoever owned this car must have had a sense of humor, because it's actually a 1996 Bentley Continental R. But I guess the guy who owned it was kind of a Chrysler fan, so he decided to put Chrysler badging all over it. So it has some damage, but it's not bad. You can see that the car was hit here in the right front. It damaged the fender. It damaged the bumper a little bit, and then the hood. And I'm guessing that whole thing needs to be disassembled. Obviously the grille as well. That whole thing needs to be, the front end needs to be disassembled, and it probably needs to be pulled because it looks like it's tweaked in the front. But it's it's nothing compared to the red car in the back there, which I'll show. But you can see where the fender got pushed back a little bit, and now it's rubbing against the door. This car's got 75,000 miles on it. There's a couple of things that really drive me crazy about it, like the fact that whoever owned it, I'm thinking it's a he, but it could be a she, blacked out all the chrome, which is so annoying. But it is what it is. It wasn't my car when it happened. Obviously it needs some repair. It needs those badges to come off. But the nice thing is that the interior is in pretty good shape. It's not as nice a shape as the other car, the red car, but the red car already has 10,000 miles on the clock. But it's in pretty nice shape. It's door caps, are reasonable. They show a little bit of sign of wear, and it's kind of, depends on where you want to go with this car, right? I mean, if it's one crack is enough to refinish it if you're a nutcase, but I'm more of a driver than a nutcase. The dash is in okay shape, but it's starting to peel away. You can see that the leather's starting to shrink around the vents, which is to be expected. And unfortunately the hood is stuck shut. You can see that somebody had tried to pry it open, but I'm suspecting probably the idiots at Copart, thinking that they could get to the battery that way, but what can you do? So it's got a little bit of tweaking that needs to be taken care of over there, especially so they were able to open this part, and then they couldn't get this latch off, and you can see where they bent it, but it's okay. It's a salvage car, you're expecting that kind of thing. It's got really nice Nitto tires. I don't know whether that's, I know Nitto's not a terrible brand, but it's got a really aggressive profile on them, which I'm guessing they're summer tires. They're going to be terrible in the wet weather or in the snow, but it's fine. And it runs and drives, which is always a blessing. So I got it. It came with a dead battery. I jumped it, and it came off the trailer. And I was able to. It's got the jump box sitting over there, but it's turned off. I was able to put my wheelie charger on it for about an hour. probably actually half an hour, and it was enough to give it enough of a charge to get it going. I'll probably you know, just put a trickle charger on it once before I leave. But the interior is nice, you know, it's not beaten up. So why did I buy this car? Well, initially I was keeping my eyes out for a parts car, and you know, if I take you over to the building, I've got all of my cars that got their hoods and the trunk open because I'm either charging up batteries or I'm trying to stop, you know, rodents from nesting in there. There's, you know, this place is out in the country and you always have to worry about rodents. So I took the front grille off this thing, you know, and I started cleaning out the dust. You can see that there's a whole pile of dirt. So I really want to fix this car, right? And I was thinking to myself, this is a 1994 Bentley Continental R that I bought. It has 10,500 miles. It was in a mudslide. There's going to be a video of it in my list if you haven't seen it before and you've just come across this video. Just go back into some of my videos and you'll see some videos on this car. So you know, I want to fix this car. It's just got 0 miles on it. I mean, I know it's covered in mud, and I know it's taken a beating, like from the mudslide. But look at it. Look at the engine. It's gorgeous. Look at the interior. The interior. Interior is amazing. Let me go to the other side. Interior is amazing. It's like a brand new car. I mean, it is a brand new car, you know. I keep showing this because just every single time I see it, I'm blown away. That's the inside of the oil cap. It's like a brand new engine. So, you know, for this reason, I want to fix this car. So, you know, I was looking for a parts car. You know, I was thinking to myself, you know, maybe if I can find a parts car, I can fix this car. And then that one showed up, you know, this one over here, that Continental. You can't see it from there, but it showed up, and you know, obviously it's better than a parts car. So, you know, I bought that one, and so now I need a parts car for my parts car. So, you know, even though that's not a parts car, that Continental over there, it is going to help me fix this car. You know, I spoke to my buddy who's a body guy, and he's, you know, he's really handy with fixing metal. He's not, you know, he's not a, you know, a Bondo guy, and he's not a painter. What he does is he fixes, you know, wreck cars, and he fixes, you know, metal structures, panel beating, English wheel, you know, plenishing hammers. That's the kind of stuff that he's good at, you know. So he seems to think that he can fix this car. He can fix it with minimal need for parts. The only thing that he really wants to, you know, he thinks I should buy is this fender over there, although he thinks that the other fender is okay. But the big thing for him is that and what he's saying, which makes a lot of sense to me, is look, you know, the back end needs to be pulled. It needs to go on a frame machine. It needs to be pulled. But in order to pull it and get it just right, you need a good trunklet. You know, you need good tail lights. You need all of that stuff, so that when you set this car up and you do all your tweaking, you can shut the trunk lid and check all the gaps, because that gives you a good guideline of where everything should be. The same applies, you know, if you're panel beating and you want to get a panel just straight, you know, laying on a set of headlights, tail lights, you know, will tell you where you need to be, right, and where you need to stop, or where else you need to work. I get that because he actually worked on the bodywork on my 280 SL body over here. You can see it, and you know, I had to buy a headlight to mount on this fender so that, you know, they could basically work the fender and make sure everything fits straight. You know, the same with the grille. You needed it, because all of these cars are effectively handmade. Even these old Mercedes are effectively handmade. And if you buy a piece of, even if you buy a repair section, it's not going to be perfect. You do need to work it a little bit. So that's what he was saying, and you know, I get it. So you know, so I bought this car, this 96 Bentley. Initially I was looking for a parts car, and you know, this one came along, and to me it's like, yeah, it's a perfect car to fix up and drive and enjoy while I take my time with the other one. And I don't think this car is going to need a lot of work to get going. I mean, the only part that I really think that we need that can't be fixed is the turn signal lens. You know, that's really it. Everything else is fixable in my mind. But you know, my body guy is the guy that's doing the work, not me, and I need to get his, you know, his opinion on it. But if he thinks he can fix that one behind me, then I don't see any problems with him fixing it, you know, fixing this one. And I think it'll be a hell of a car. So let's go for a quick drive. And I'm not going to go for a very, you know, it's Texas here, and it's August the 2nd. But the weather is amazing. You know, I'm actually feeling a cool breeze, which is great. So you know, the dash is in pretty nice shape. Not as nice as the other one. The wood's not as dark, and you know, has some wear and tear. But it's not horrible, right? You know, could use a good cleaning, but it's not horrible. Car runs and drives. Engine runs great. Battery's probably still a little bit weak, which is why you know, why you heard it kind of a little bit hard to start. AC blows ice cold, and we like that a lot. Got great oil pressure. The stereo is in there, in the center console. I don't think anyone sat in the back, ever. Very nice. So, let's flip it in reverse. There you go. I'm not a big fan of Rolls-Royce and Bentley shifters. They feel, I know I get the whole electronic thing that they did before anybody else did it, but it feels kind of like very flimsy. And the Corniche is even worse because it's a column shifter, and you keep, you know, knocking it when you're driving. So I've got to bear in mind that, you know, I keep getting this urge to boot this car, but then I remember people telling me that if you don't warm up the engine enough, you could blow a head gasket. So, you know, with that in mind, I'm not going to boot it. I'm just going to take it very gently. Turn signals all work, so the lights, so the bulbs are okay. It's not smashed on the inside. Maybe I can just get away with the lens. It keeps throwing this check gearbox message. Every so often, but it's not the same problem that I have with my Brooklands. So my Brooklands throws a check gearbox message, but it's stuck in limp home mode. Let me see if this is... think this is changing gears. I'm not sure. I'm really hoping it is. So what do you guys think? You think I made the right decision buying this thing? You know, I love big coupes. You know, I have a CL65, I have an E24 M6, I have a W126 560 SEC, a Jaguar XJS. So I'm a big coupe kind of guy. So kind of excited about this one, but I love this car. I love the red car as well. But I think this car is gonna turn out into a nice car, easier project, and it'll give me chances to take my time and fix the other one and sell a bunch of stuff, because I really need to sell a bunch of cars in order to raise some funding. These cars aren't cheap, you know. So, and I don't really want to keep going into my non-car money, you know. But anyway, there you have it. You know, it's a lovely old Bentley. I think it's going to help me fix the other one as well. And if anyone knows of any Continental parts cars, you know, around, or anyone dismantling one of these here in the States, you know, certainly let me know, because I could always use a resource. I just got into these cars. I've you know, I consider myself pretty well versed with Mercedes, somewhat knowledgeable with BMWs, you know, because I own a couple of BMWs. I know nothing about Rolls-Royce and Bentley, so it's a really steep learning curve, these cars. Anyway, so there you have it. My new 1996 Bentley Continental R. Runs and drives. No check engine light, no warning light, which is great. AC works. Should be a quick fix, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. So I hope that you guys continue to watch. I'd love to hear your feedback. Please subscribe, please like it if you're interested in it, and come back and see me. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.